When the civil authority perverts their God-given function and begins to reward evil and punish the good, your duty, sir, is interposition. I have to tell you how honored I am to be able to speak to the magistrates. I thank God for each one of you. In Romans chapter 13, the scripture declares in see-spot run fashion that the civil magistrate is the servant or minister of God. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Do you want to be unafraid of the authority? Do what is good and you will have praise from the same. For he is God's minister to you for good. But if you do evil, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain, for he is God's minister, an avenger to execute wrath on him who practices evil. And this is what most magistrates have forgotten in America and throughout the West, that they are ministers of God first, not mere ministers of the state. They have forgotten that they must punish the evil and reward the good. And how do we know what is good and what is evil? By the law of God. The law of God was the objective standard in Western civilization for well over 1,500 years in order to know what is right and what is wrong, whether a law was just or unjust, whether a law or policy or court opinion was good or evil. The interposition of the lesser civil authority is known as the Doctrine of the Lesser Magistrates. The doctrine is simply this, that when the higher ranking civil authority makes unjust or immoral law, policy, or court opinion, the God-given right and duty of the lesser authority is to interpose, to not obey the evil, and if necessary to actively resist the tyrant's superior authority. And this is your most sacred duty. We call it a doctrine because it was formulated by Christian men in 1550 in Magdeburg, Germany. We use the word magistrate. It's an Old English word that simply means one who possesses public authority, whether by appointment or election. Do you understand how important your interposition is as civil authorities when evil is in the land? It's so important. It can actually abate the just judgment of God on a nation. Your duty is needed. Your duty is sacred. Your duty is God-given. Understand where we are as a nation. Understand the position Christ has given you. Fear God, not man.